everybody. Lawana has got some questions she compiled, and we're just going to try to be honest about them and answer them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just show up a little bit different, right? And I love that we can explore that honestly, you're not always filled to the brim with like Holy Spirit led scripture versus conversation. Sometimes you just need to be with your little buddy. Hey, little buddy Nate. And just like chill, but still talk and connect. And that's what we're going to do with you guys today. We're just going to talk and connect. We have some funny things we're going to talk about. And we really, really want to encourage you to do the same. If you have a chill day, you need to hang out with a buddy, just do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also, there's a lot going on right now. I mean, you're the women's circle just started up for you.
Yes.
We're both working on. Should we mention it?
Should we tell our people?
I guess. Janelle is making. She forced Lawana and I to write a teaching for Sunday morning. So on a coming up Sunday morning, we will be doing a teaching together, and so we've been working hard at that.
We have been diligently putting in the work. Like, I will never look at a Sunday morning the same way again after having to do all this stuff with Nate to just figure out 3 things to say.
Right, just 3 points. Yeah, that's hard. A lot harder than just sitting down and hanging out with a buddy and having a conversation. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're just going to sit down and talk.
Okay. One of the things I love about having friendships and having connection is you get to learn something new about people. It's not like one and done. Like you meet them and you know everything. So Nate and I are pretty new friends, and we are going to answer some questions that hopefully will help us have more insight into one another. But just get to know each other. It doesn't have to be for some end goal, but just to get to know each other a little bit better. So I'm going to ask him first, because you know what? He normally tries to make me go first. So I'm asking him first. Okay, Nate, here's your first question. What is your go-to Bible verse? If you can think of one that when you're going through something hard, that'll be great. But if it's just a regular, I just like this verse, that one's fine too.
Yeah. My go-to Bible verse. I don't know if there's one particular Bible. If I'm going through something, I usually just Google what Bible verses cover this specific thing that I'm going through.
Oh my gosh!
And I try to meditate on that. But I do have a Bible verse that I keep at my desk, and I've mentioned it before on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is, but to roughly quote it, it's like, Holy Spirit, awaken me, shake me from distraction. I don't want to miss out on what you're doing within me, through me, and around me today. That's a prayer. That's not a Bible verse.
I mean, it's you're doing the best you can, Nate.
Yeah.
My expectations are not that high. That's a good one. It's a good one.
That's good, because I was thinking that was a Bible verse, but it's a prayer. I just realized that.
It's from the book of Nate, right?
Yeah.
Chapter 1, verse 1.
It's not. I didn't write it. I didn't write that prayer.
I mean, your phone's right there. I mean, you could Google your favorite. What is my favorite Bible verse? If you don't know yourself, you could look it up.
I do have a few verses saved. I can look up while you're answering this question.
I think right now my go-to Bible verse is Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. And that has been a little life-changing for me, because I always thought I had to know everything ahead of time, and God's like, yeah, your knowledge isn't good here. So yeah, that's my go-to. The second go-to is second. Is it 1 Timothy 2? 2 Timothy 1-7, where it says, you have not been given a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. That was a go-to through a divorce. That was okay, I can do this. I don't have to live in fear. Did you find one?
Here we go. Here's one that's pretty comforting.
Awesome.
Psalms 16:8-11. I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he is right beside me. No wonder my heart is glad and I rejoice. My body rests in safety, for you will not leave my soul among the dead, or allow your Holy One to rot in the grave. You will show me the way of life, granting me the joy of your presence and the pleasures of living with you forever.
That does sound awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Very nice.
One verse that has really helped me, especially being like working in a church, when I am unsure of myself.
Yeah.
And so this is 1 Corinthians 15:58, I believe. So my dear brothers and sisters, be strong and immovable. Always work enthusiastically for the Lord, for you know that nothing you do for the Lord is ever useless.
I do love that.
Yeah.
And it kind of shifts if it's for the Lord, it kind of shifts the focus.
Right.
Right? Like not being perfect at it and not getting everything right, but it's the heart posture.
Exactly, yeah.
I think you bring the heart posture up quite a bit, because I'm pretty like, oh yeah, the heart, but you think about it a lot.
Yeah. I think I like when it comes to like the little details and everything, that stuff just kind of like flies over my head. Like there's too many details for me to keep track of and remember. So I guess I approach things in like a heart,
like your motives
posture, like your motives, like what's the general vibe of this. So like if I'm reading a passage, I'm looking for not like specifics, do this and this and this. What is the overall message saying? What are the themes? That's it. What are the themes of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not like, I need a straight answer. I mean, I got to get 5 points out of this thing. You're like, what's the overall?
Right. Yeah. Or what are the themes?
I love that. If you could relate to any character in the Bible, who would it be? Wait a minute.
Job.
I asked you the question first, and I still answered first. How did you make that happen? How did that happen? How did that happen? Oh my gosh. I was feeling guilty because I was asking you another question first. I'm like, wait a minute. You answered the first question. So yeah, you're going to take this one. If you could relate to any character in the Bible, who would it be and why?
Job.
Really? You picked Job of all the people?
Yeah, he's just like, what the heck, man? I'm not doing good down here. No.
Oh my gosh, what the heck, man?
I don't know. I think
can remember that one.
If I think I relate to John the Baptist, in that he was just like out in the wild, just eating off the land and baptizing people. Like that sounds like a dream to me.
Oh my god! It was locusts and honey though, like not steak and fries.
Well, I mean, I could get used to it.
What you're willing to do for the Lord.
Yeah, that's a hard one to think about.
Interesting question, yeah. I
mean, makes you think about the different characters in the Bible and their different characteristics.
Yeah, and why? Like, what questions are you trying to get answered, or what experience are you trying to have that will really decide which way you would go, right? I think I would, if you could relate to any character in the Bible, who would it be and why? It would be James, because he's a know-it-all. Like James just telling people left and right what they're doing wrong, what they should be doing, how they should be doing it, and why they're wrong about it. And as an oldest daughter of 5 kids, I like that posture. Like, I got the answer to you guys need to listen to me and do what I say. So, but I do love that it is still all from a heart of love and help them to have great relationships with God and with each other. But I do like the idea that I could possibly be right about things. So
yeah, I think too, I could relate to Paul in that I guess I used to be like Paul when he was Saul. And when I encountered Jesus, it kind of, transformed. You
were killing people?
Transformed that. I wasn't killing people, but I probably would have.
You would have been all in.
Yeah.
All in.
No, I don't think I would. But just like, having that
transformation.
That like I'm right and I'm doing this for God or whatever. And God's like, hey, sit back. Let's calm down a little bit. We're gonna change your name. Yeah. You're gonna be blind for a while.
Yeah. You can be led around. You got to listen to other people tell you where you're wrong.
Right.
And we're gonna learn you today, is what God said to Paul.
Yeah.
That is so funny. What is one thing you're asking God to teach you or grow in this year?
Gosh, so many things.
Yeah.
And I can't think of anything specifically. It always comes up in whenever we're talking.
I know what it is.
Things that, what is it?
Discomfort.
Discomfort.
Being able to be comfortable in discomfort.
Yeah. I think that's something I've already learned. Accepted. Yeah, that's a better way of saying that. Is that God hangs out in discomfort, as I say. But yeah, one thing this year that one thing I'm wanting to do this year moving forward, and I've been thinking about this lately, is that for the past few years, my relationship with God, I've just been like trying to build a foundation. Like the foundation I grew up with was a rocky foundation, and it just kept like crumbling and falling apart, and I was just like shoving pieces in and trying to hold it together, but I was driving myself crazy. I couldn't do it. And so then I tried to like rebuild that foundation, that a stronger foundation that's on Christ, and that's comes with knowing who Christ is.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I have a foundation. I know who God is, and I'm framing my house on that foundation. So I'm trying to reframe the structure of how I think about things. So that's something I'm working on. It's just like trying to reframe how I look at things from trying not to look at things through my own eyes and experience, but trying to look at things through maybe like the Bible or
character,
Jesus and
his character.
Another thing is I feel like I've got the practical, I don't have it down, but I've experienced and I'm comfortable within the practical aspect of being a Christian. And I am wanting to go more into the spiritual aspects of, a relationship with God and what that entails. Yeah. I'm not sure.
But you're curious.
But I'm curious,
and open.
That's something that I feel like, growing up I've been hurt by.
Yeah.
And I've been scared to approach that. And now I feel like I'm comfortable with God, and I'm ready to be uncomfortable.
So you dip your toe in discomfort in one area of your life. This is what I do love about God. Like, he expands. He's a multiplier. So, he has you producing and co-hosting 2 podcasts, but a big part of this podcast is Nate. Like, if it wasn't for Nate, you guys just be hearing me talk to myself all the time. And that wasn't a comfortable thing. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I just have always wanted to be a voice on a podcast. I can't wait to do it. It was like, yeah, I will do it, because you were willing to grow and you're willing to learn. But God has moved that leading into that has expanded. That now you're saying I can take that into another area of my life, because I know I'm safe with God, because I just have pushed myself. He's put me in that podcast, and I've stepped up and showed up all the time.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. What was the question?
It was...
I went on a ramble there.
No, it was, what is one thing you're asking God to teach you or grow in this year? And it was to be, spiritually
so that was
more.
2 things.
Yeah, you did good. Finally. No, I'm kidding. You did good. That's funny that you said that, because I told God, I really don't want any spiritual gifts. Like, like when they talk about speaking in tongues and dreams and visions and stuff, I'm like, I don't want those things. I mean, I don't know if I can handle them. I don't know if I do well with them. But what I have been noticing lately is just having God remind me that I don't have to turn to other things for comfort, that I can turn to him. So like my go-to in the past has been like scrolling's kind of new, but mindless anything, TV watching, reading a lot of books that aren't going to teach me anything, or, eating, or, just anything to get out of the discomfort. And over the last 2 years, God has really taught me that he's just right there. Like he's right near, always near, that I can lean on him and trust him and just do that. And that's been so relieving, because the other things help for a minute, but once you stop doing it and you come back into your brain, the problem, your brain is still warning them. Like it's still trying to figure the things out. But when you're with God, it's like a peace that's so different than the manufactured one you get from entertaining yourself.
Yeah.
Which person in the Bible would you most like to sit down with and have a cup of coffee?
I mean, probably Jesus, right? Yeah, I think I've heard the question before, which person throughout history, dead or alive, would you want to sit down and have a meal with? And I think I always think of Jesus. Like, I've got a lot of questions.
There's some things I want to know.
Yeah, right.
That's funny. Okay, I think I like that.
If not Jesus, then probably because we were just studying it and we're going to be doing a teaching on it. The woman with the alabaster jar.
Yeah.
From Matthew.
Yeah.
I would like to sit down with her and ask her, just about like her motives and
right.
What she was going through. No. I'm changing it again. Judas.
I meant, which 3 people would you like to go to have coffee with and talk to them from the Bible? I meant 3 people. I'd like
to sit down with probably all of them so that I could get a better understanding of everything in the Bible. No. Judas would be good too, because we don't really know much about like his motives and why he was going to betray. But like, if you have to like go back in time and sit down and talk with him, like, is that, or would he like be coming to the future? So like he'd be coming with the knowledge of everything he did and we'd be talking about it. Or would I have to go back at a point where maybe he hadn't betrayed Jesus yet? And
how did this become to this? How did Nate get to this point of like choose your own adventure story about as far as talking to somebody for the Bible with coffee? I mean, I guess they had coffee back then, so you might be okay.
That'd be great.
That's funny. I do like your choices though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Judas, we hardly know anything about.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? At what point did you know you were going to do this? Did he know he was going to do that way ahead of time, or was it just a spur of the moment thing?
Right, we don't know. It doesn't really say.
Tell us. It doesn't tell us. I think. Okay, since Nate picked 3, my first thought, which surprises me, but it's Paul, and it's Paul because I've always wondered how Paul accepted the trend. How did Paul move away from shame and guilt after he gets that call from the Lord and he goes through the training basically and he has a transformation? Like, how does he let go of the fact that he had killed people and he had, been going about it in the wrong way? I feel like it's so hard to let go of when you make mistakes and when you mess up. And I just always wondered, like, how did he not see himself as like a failure or bad person or anything? It doesn't seem like he does, according to what we do know about him. So that's one thing, because sometimes we just drag our past in the present with us. So how did he let that go? I think I might want to talk to Mary, just because nothing like this has ever happened in the world. How do you navigate such a huge, monumental, life-changing thing that's world-changing, but also that you have to live with like a regular person? Like, she was regularly pregnant. It wasn't like we're like make him come out in a month. It was like a full pregnancy, a full community of people who knew that you were pregnant before you got married. Like, navigating and sticking to the Lord's promise in the midst of all that. Like, how did she what was her mindset? What was she doing?
Right. And was she going around telling everybody that, that angel of the Lord came?
Right. Did they give an explanation?
Yeah.
Did Joseph ever say, "Oh, it's okay, the angel of the Lord came and told me"? Or did they just...
Right.
But at least they were together. Like, that's good. Like, there was a duo. I don't know if there was anybody else. Maybe Lot's wife. What were you thinking? Like, what were you looking for when you turned around Like, what were you missing? What did you think you weren't going to have or wasn't available, or what value, or what was it about what was behind you that was so important, or so, that you disregarded the rule or whatever it was, and you looked? Because I think that I might look like I want to know what it was.
Yeah. I probably would turn around.
How can I avoid it? Like, what did you look for? Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought of another one. It would be pretty interesting to talk to the serpent in the garden. That'd be kind of interesting.
I mean,
I would love to have a conversation with everybody in the Bible, I think.
You'd be having a lot of coffee.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Like, we would love to know, who would you guys like to talk to if you had an opportunity to talk to somebody from the Bible? Okay, here's the last one. And what's one biblical truth you wish you had understood earlier in life?
A biblical truth. I wish probably just like knowing God's character. And like grace. You know what? I would not want to know anything any earlier, because I feel like the things that I've gone through and experienced in life all fell in line exactly as they were supposed to, according to God's plan. Is that your real
answer or your Christian answer?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I get it. I understand why you're saying that.
Yeah. No, I totally feel like, all of the experiences in life, good and bad, if we allow God to use those situations, what am I trying to say? Yeah, if we allow God to work in any of those situations in our life, God can transform any situation into something good and worthy of His purpose. Yeah, so God is the Redeemer. He transforms and redeems, and He multiplies. I
used to say to God, I don't understand grace. And it was not in a way like, it's kind of coming from a point, kind of like pride in a way. Like, I'm a good person, so I don't, like, of course you give me grace, but like these other people. And I also had this problem with thinking I had to earn things, and I had to be good, and I had to have the right behavior and make the right decisions and the right choices. So grace didn't make sense. Like, it was like the prodigal son. I used to hate that story. I was all about the big brother. I was like, yeah, like, you stayed, you helped in the fields, you've been here the whole time. Why does this kid get to come back and get recognized as a son? Until I realized I was a prodigal son. Like, I'm the one that God's like running down the road for and welcoming back. That kind of shifted for me, but that took years. Like, probably in the last 10 years that I realized that. So grace was weird for me when I thought love was earning. And I do appreciate and do agree with what you said. Like, all these roads, the curvy ones, the straight ones, when you fell 10 steps back instead of going forward, God works them all together for your good. But it just would have caused me to have so many less issues if I knew that God's love was not something I had to earn, and I understood that grace was for everything.
Right, yeah.
I don't have any more questions.
Okay. Oh, another thing that I've been working on this year, or God has been working on through me, is you mentioned like having grace for other people, as like considering, keeping in mind that, if there's someone who maybe I don't agree with, or maybe I just don't agree with them, that is still a child of God, right? And to have grace for them, and that, I think, because I know, like, I'm pretty judgy towards other Christians in my head and everything, and that's, I'm like, when I see like Christians judge other people for things, that's what I judge, and I'm like, I'm doing the same thing they're doing.
I have had the same experience.
Yeah, but just like learning to have grace for them, and that that's God's child.
Yeah.
He loves them. How can I do the same?
I sent Janelle a text one time, and I was like, when you're judging someone for judging someone, and you're realizing you're judging the person who's judging someone, is like, so you just became the person that you are judging. That's one of the things that always cracks me up. But I think one of the realizations I've had about it is that it's because I'm not seeing myself in a true way. Like compared to other people, maybe I'm better in some things or good at some things, but God is comparing us to his son, and we all fall short for the glory of God. And so there's really no room for judging other people because you're in the same position, all needing a savior. And I have had to like make that my guideline versus, well, I do this, I've done this, like in a good way. So it's like when you're patting yourself on the back, it's really easy to find yourself in the weeds because you're using the wrong measurement of what's good.
Right. Yeah. Not using the measurement of what I've done, but the measurement of what we all need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It puts us on a even playing field.
Yeah, I like that. Reminds me of the after Hurricane Michael, how it felt like everybody was on the same playing field.
Yeah.
And we were all like in this thing together.
Yeah.
All our houses are destroyed and trees are all
There's
gone.
no trees.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love these questions. I think these were interesting. I like making us think about something a little bit different or something that is common for us. Like, oh yeah, I do this, but we haven't thought about it. And yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, no, it's important to look at things, especially things that we maybe take for granted or we don't look into that often. Maybe things that we do every day. It's important to take stock of those things and look into why.
Yeah, I agree.
Because some of them could just be bad habits or some things we just be going through the motions for something, and then taking the time to look at those things and look into them. Like let's say you say a prayer every morning and you just get in the habit of that, and then at some point you're just like, this is just the thing that I have to do.
Yeah.
Taking a step back and looking at that and realizing, I do this because I want to start my day with God.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. That's important to look at.
I know. I mean, God is probably always looking at our heart postures and our motives. And we're like, oh, it just becomes automatic and repetitive. And so it is good to take a step back and see why you're doing what you're doing and if it's still something you want to continue.
Absolutely.
Awesome, Sauce.
Cool. Thank you for these questions. I enjoyed them. They caused me to think deeper about these things that I haven't really thought much about. So,
I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Bye.